The electric car maker Polestar is to go public in a deal valued at $20 billion.
The Swedish-based group, part owned by Volvo and China's Geely, plans to list on the New York Nasdaq through a so-called blank check backer.
Polestar's chief executive told me about his plans.
Going public that way through a SPAC merger means there's already a company listed and Polestar merges with this company, and through that becomes the major part of it, and it ends up a Polestar being listed as the Nasdaq. This is a very fast-tracked way, a very efficient way to bring this company, Polestar, in a very short time to the public market.
Why are you and your company so absolutely convinced that electric is the future, electric is the answer? Many car companies, as you well know, even if it takes place in private, are hedging and investigating a hydrogen parallel future.
Well, I think that's very, very clear that the way towards zero emissions will go the electric path now. And electric cars will be fed by batteries for the decade to come. This is for the private consumer. The way how to participate in this electrification might be different for buses and trucks, but when it comes to the private mobility, then electric cars fed by batteries is the way to go.
I have to tell you that in much of Europe there is a huge electric charging infrastructure deficit. I mean, I wonder if you acknowledge that and whether that's a significant problem for the growth of your company and your sector, your competitors.
Well, funny that you should say that, James, because the UK is one of our biggest success stories. Polestar is selling in the UK, very strong figures. We have grown there. And let's face it, it is, of course, you charging at home, at your private home overnight, gives you actually the comfort and the great experience of not having to go to the petrol station anymore.
If you mention the words electric car, people will often mention the word Tesla straight back at you. Tesla has stolen a march on many of the other names. Put your company in context. How far are you behind? How far is there to catch up?
Tesla indeed made over a long decade now that way. We are on a much faster track. We have a manufacturing footprint that exists already. We do not have to build factories. We have, through the association with our group colleague here, Volvo, a very good track record when it comes to safety, when it comes to quality, bringing a car secured into production. So that is what customer can expect when they shop for a Polestar.
The global car industry, regularly reported on programs like this, has been in crisis for months because of semiconductor shortages. How is it for you at the moment? Are you seeing a restriction of production? When do you expect it all to get better?
21 indeed is a year where semiconductor shortage had to be taken into consideration for our volume planning. The 29,000 that we're aiming for by the end of the year are secured. We can keep our production up and running. 22, of course, again, a year that will start with these thoughts and these precautions. But by the end of it, we are confident that we are not restricted anymore.